Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the Atlanta Braves. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Heather Smith riding a power surge coming into this one, Chris. She's homered in 4 straight games.
She is managing to find pitches that she can barrel up and do damage with, and really that's the key for her. As long as she can get the bat to it, because she's so strong, there's a good chance that it leaves the ballpark.
Now it's going to be Heather Smith. She's not going to get cheated up there.
No, she's not. She's looking to do damage with every swing she takes.
And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. And there's 2 away. And now for the Marlins, Geronimo Cabral. Drilled out toward.
Welcome to the G2K ADL channel to another Heather Smith Road to the Show stream from MLB The Show 25.
Coming home. He will score, and the Marlins tie it up.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Runner at first with no outs here.
Center fielder, Heather Smith.
We are continuing on with her second season with the Braves, after the Braves finished 81 wins and 81 losses the previous year.
Now batting, the second baseman, Mike Venter.
So 2 down, and now Matt Morales.
Matt Morales.
This is her 17th season now in the league. I dominating the competition. Heather says.
Hit hard, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Now batting, the center fielder, William.
And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Heather Smith. Beach back to work. Outside.
Ball, that's out.
And that is ball 1.
She has made a name for herself and is solidified as the GOAT.
And that one finds its way through. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. She just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Well, 1-run game, and here's the first baseman, Geronimo Cabral.
Trying to win the World Series with her childhood team being from the Southeast, the Atlanta Braves.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Smith hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Sometimes you want to be aggressive early in the at-bat. He was right there. Hard line out. First pitch of the inning. No reward, but, hey, you got to keep swinging it.
Back here in Atlanta, bottom of the 7th. Now at the plate, Heather Smith. This to third. Zips it across, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
William Chappell The next up for the Marlins.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect.
Shez having a hard time getting any contact going against these pesky Marlins.
And you've got to produce at the big league level.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And no one can get there. Makes the turn and heads for second. Not stopping, he's going for 3. In there safely.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Smith in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Well, an at-bat can be a little bit of a dance. Strike one here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
Right side, hard hit. He'll do it himself. Now only 1 out remaining.
For the Braves, the second baseman, Mike.
Smith played okay, but not well enough to boost them to a win. Just 1 hit in 5 at-bats. Now in for the Braves, Heather Smith. I think when you consider her as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If she can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
That's hard hit on the line. Clark flashes the leather on the run and catch. Down in order go the Braves. We played an inning. No score.
Off game to start this stream. People still wondering if she will start to regress or anything.
Sean Rosas. Line drive. She's got it. 1 up, 1 down.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be if she was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner. That's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
1 out and a runner at second.
In the year 2041, and the only IRL player left in the league is believed to be James Wood, and he is on the Marlins at the age of 38.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily. One out, runner at second. Casey will hit next. Payoff pitch. On a line out towards center. Stretches out and hauls it in. Runner at third here, nobody out.
The center fielder, Heather Smith.
And that one hammered. That's back there. That's down. One hops off the wall. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double. Well, Singy, she is locked in there.
She's really slowed the game down, and it's like she's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that she squared up that baseball tells me that she is seeing it like a beach ball.
And we're back. We go to the top of the 7th, and now here's the Marlins DH.
Justin Fye. There will be pretty of simulated games and seasons coming up on Heather's path to win with the big one with the Braves. Maybe her final possible World Series thinking face.
And that one is lifted in the air. Smith on the move. She's got it. And there's one down. Base is empty with 2 away. Heather Smith next up for the Braves. This hitter is one of the best athletes in the sport. That one is absolutely belted. And that's going to bang against the wall. Throws to second. She's safe. It's a wall ball double.
She quickly went from hitter to base runner. Love when players make that transition, and she's got speed to put on a show.
Smith with some solid production in the win. 3 hits, 2 of them for extra. Here's the veteran outfielder, Heather Smith. She is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like she could thrive in one of those sports too. On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul. She swings and lifts one to deep center field. Pulls it in on the warning track. Runner tags and will move up to third. Cut off, now a throw home, but it's offline. Runners are at the corners, 1 away.
Heather Smith.
Intentional pass coming. Base is now loaded, though it does set up a force at every base. Now the catcher up to hit, Mario Reyes. Ripped on a line. She's got it. And there's 2 away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself.
High fly ball out towards left field. Way back, and it's off the foul pole for a home run. A solo shot, and they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0.
Well, she really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Dive, and he's got it. Throws from his knees. And it'll be 1st and 3rd now after that miscue.
Safe. He beat it out.
Well, this is unfortunate because it looked like it was going to be an awesome play, something we see on the highlights tonight and tomorrow. But you have to applaud the effort on the stop.
Smith ready to put on a show, playing as the league leader in home runs this season. The Atlanta Braves take Heather Smith next up for the Braves. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Well, Well, clearly she was ready to hit right there. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. She stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Swing and a ground ball. Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw.
Say!
Can't flip it to the pitcher in time, and they can't get the out. Runner at first with 2 away. And now Peter Fukudome. Black leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one back there, and it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. In to score from first, and it's a 1-run game.
Picks himself up an RBI. That's where a lot of triples lie. The opposite field gap, man. You can see it in front of you the entire way. He went with that pitch perfectly, drove it, and hustled around the bases for 3.
On the ground to second, might be 2. Good feed, that's 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Now batting.
So 1 out, nobody on. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Heather Smith. That one lifted to left and right. Gets under it. Makes the catch for the out. Smith did well in the losing effort.
Definitely a strong game at the plate for me, and it's safe to say she made a difference for the team. They didn't get the win, but they'll take performances like this one from her all day long.
Heather Smith getting ready. She's on an absolute tear this season, leading the league in runs batted in. Heather Smith next up for the Braves. And Singy, they're dealing with a former MVP in this spot. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That one's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track. Runner at second, 2 down. It really feels like we might be running out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay, the unfortunate thing is the clock's going to start ticking on these pitchers, and they won't be able to keep their arms warm forever if it's a long break.
Dives, but it falls, and now it looks like extra bases. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. She's in there.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and she got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
High fly ball out to center field. Drops into the glove. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone. 1 out, base is empty. Fastball in for a strike. 0-1.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they creeping into my mind right now.
And he handles it himself for the out. And we're back. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's the second baseman, Jay Whalen. Swung on, belted. That's back. Grabs it right up against the wall.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
There's a swing and a drive.
Get out, ball. Get out.
That one carrying. Oh, you are a star, aren't you? She'll touch them all. Her 14th of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 6-0.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. She squared it up right away.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Heather Smith. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. Another homer. Her second home run of the game, and they tack on to their lead. It's 8-0. Singy, the ball is jumping off her bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact, and it's been impressive.
Smith really stood out in this win. Heather Smith, fresh off an impressive 2-homer performance. 1 out, runner at second. Smith digs in now.
Smith.
Smith went off for 2 homers in her last game. And the 0-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Fisher, with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups. Man at second. Makes the sliding stop. Over to first. And they get the out.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
Line drive, and that's base hit out into left center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. That's a tough location with the fastball to handle, but he was all over it. He got that front foot down and showed off some really quick hands to get the barrel to it.
Mendoza Burks makes the grab, and welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning, and now here's the A's catcher, Billy Cobb. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Smith takes it in for the out, and there's 1 down.
Sometimes you want to be aggressive early in the at bat. He was right there. Hard line out. First pitch of the inning. No reward, but hey, you got to keep swinging.
That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. Bang! And that should quiet this home crowd. It's 3-2. Chris, she's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and she's got her timing locked in. She's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
Smith, the next to hit, takes outside. That's ripped. Base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
All over that one right there. That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback that tells you you're right where you want to be with your swing mechanics. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Line drive, and what a play! Ball game. Smith with a valiant job in defeat. Collected a couple of hits, one of them left the yard.
No question.
Heather Smith ready to put on a show, playing as the league leader in home runs this season. It's the San Diego Padres going up against the Atlanta Braves. One down. Heather Smith, the next to hit. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This hitter checks all the boxes offensively.
She is the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way she prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, her teammates feed off of the leadership that she shows on and off the field.
'24 or 25-year-old stadium for the Braves now. I miss Turner Field. Lowell grinning squinting face.
Ripped on a line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. That's out number 2.
Batting fourth, the second.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Smith recently taking home Player of the Month honors. Swung on, belted.
Get out.
Bang! She rockets 1 to right, and they cut into the deficit. It's 5-2.
She's swinging a red-hot bat. This isn't the first home run we've seen her hit these last few games, and it probably won't be the last. Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden, they're back in this ball game.
The throw in. And he's
On
out.
the tag. Out.
You know, Boog, baseball is a game of split-second decisions, and sometimes you feel the need to go a little bit off script. The message from the third base coach was clear, but the runner had something else in mind entirely.
And a ground ball to first, and it's through for a hit. And now 2 aboard. Heather Smith next up for the Braves. She's already homered here in this one. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Sexton gets under it, and that'll do it. So 4 runs. 1 out, runner at second. Powers digs in now. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Smith sizing this one up. Makes the catch. Runner tags at second. The tag gets him, and it's a double play to end the inning. So a man at first. Here's the center fielder, Heather Smith. She's already homered in this game. And a foul ball. Field leads off first with 1 away. There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run. Another homer. Her second home run of the game, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 12-7. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Nice work out of the bullpen for that first.
Heather Smith, fresh off an impressive 2-homer. 1 down. Here's the veteran outfielder, Heather Smith. Well, in their win last game, this player came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They get it in quickly, so first and second now 1 out. And welcome back to the ballpark. Second inning set to go. Now it's going to be Bob Sexton. That's out to center field. Reaching down, makes the catch. Nobody out, runner at first. And that one is lifted in the air. Sexton sizes this one up. Squeezes it, and there's one down.
Up next for the Braves.
So 1 out, nobody on. Miles Powers, the next up for the Padres. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That's back. Just missed getting out of here and tying this game.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, Robert.
That was a great run to make the catch, Singy. We got to take another look at it with StatCast.
Yeah, and she saw it perfectly off the bat. Reactions were excellent. Took a very direct route to the ball, and more than 100 feet later, she ran it down. I just love seeing that.
Bottom of the inning, here's some real power at the plate. Heather Smith. And there's a fly ball deep right field. And it hits the fence. Around first, heading for 2. The relay throw.
Safe.
Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into that.
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. She's up to 3 home runs in the series. And they tack one on the board. It's 5-zip.
She's really seeing the ball well lately. Good things are going to happen when you're locked in like this.
2 outs, base is empty. And next for Atlanta, Heather Smith.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give her the cycle.
Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. She was all over that fastball.
Heather Smith, fresh off an impressive 2-homer performance. She'll look to keep that momentum going today. It's the San Diego Padres going up against the Atlanta Braves. First pitch coming at you right after the break. So digging in, Heather Smith. She is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like she could thrive in one of those sports too. This one driven, deep center field, on its way, home run. That's her 5th homer of the series. It's 3-0. That's her 3rd straight game with a homer, Singy.
This player is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often.
Will Parson, the next up for the Padres. Line drive. And there's 2 down.
Wow, she looked like she was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
And there's a hit. And that keeps the inning alive. Bottom of the 6th inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Heather Smith. Campaneris back to work. Swing and a ball ripped right field. And that one back, and that one is gone.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing and a ball line to center. Smith snags it on the run. 1 hit in the inning, a solo homer. Midway. And now the center fielder, Heather Smith. She's got a couple homers already, so could she possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course she can. Those two she hit were legit, and she looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. Smith was a big contributor for them in the win. Cracked a pair of homers.
This will be Heather's 15th All-Star appearance in her lustrous career.
The American League All-Stars and the National League All-Stars. Gotta love the All-Star festivities. Always a great show. We'll be back to get this thing started after this. One down. And now, Fernando Garlobo.
Yankees, the center fielder, Fernando Garlobo.
Swing and a line drive ripped out into left center field. That'll touch down for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings.
Swing and a ball hammered left field. Bang! She'll touch them all. It's 3-2.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. She saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. She stayed on it and got all of it.
And we're back. And here's the first baseman, Rafael De La Cruz. Line drive. Reaching down, makes the catch. One gone, runner at first. Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Heather Smith. She's already homered in this game.
You got it. Nice job.
Hammered, base hit. The throw in. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
She was all over that one. 110 miles per hour, and man, that exit velocity, not every hitter's capable of getting that kind of jump off the bat, no matter how hard they swing.
Dives, and he can't hang on. No play, that's an infield single.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something she could handle. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get her into motion. Well, I'm a little biased towards the American.
baseball fans, and well. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Cloven digs in now. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Reaching down, makes the catch. Runner tags at second. Tag out at third. And that's a double play. Heather Smith next up for the Braves. Singy, she covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These hitters are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
And now here is Dave Esquivel. Swing and a ball drilled center field. Smith, long run on her horse. And that is that. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the center fielder, Heather Smith. On the ground. And it hits the bag. The throw in. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Wasting no time. She's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already.
Leading up for the Braves,
Smith was named Player of the Month recently, and that's not the first time that's happened this year. That's out to center field. Makes the catch for the out.
Woo! She was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. She was ready to hit.
Swung on, belted. That's back there. Wow! It went off the roof of the restaurant. What a shot. A monster shot to right. Her 56th home run of the season. And they add to the lead. It's 6-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Smith had a sensational showing in the win. A 3-hit. And now here is Fernando Esposito.
Fernando Esposito.
There's a swing and a drive. Smith ranging back, reaching for it, and brings it in.
Oh, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into her highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That's back there. Oh, you are a star, aren't you? Her 57th homer of the season, and they grab the lead. It's 2-0. Chris, she's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and she's got her timing locked in. She's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
That one ripped. Smith makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 away. Runner at first with no outs here. Here's a swing and a drive. Left field, and she knew it. Another homer. 58th home run of the season, and they add to their lead. It's 6-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish.
Crushed to right. This one's got a chance. Out of here. Home run.
She's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and she's just so locked in with her swing, and she's just not missing right now. A 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching her pull it off as well.
Smith
Ball.
avoids the first pitch for ball 1. 1 out, base is empty. Then she grounds one to the right side. Dives, but it kicks off his glove.
Safe.
She beats the throw, and they don't get an out on the play. 1 down. Now in for the Braves, Heather Smith. So here's the player that is, I think, right now the favorite to win the National League MVP. That one is absolutely belted.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Reaching for it, makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play, and it's a lot easier to watch from up here because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming.
Heather Smith went yard 3 times last game with that ready to go. And now the DH, Fernando Esposito. Ripped on a line. Smith hauls it in for the out. 1 up, 1 down. Base is empty with 2 away. Heather Smith next up for the Braves. She's not going to get cheated up there.
No, she's not. She's looking to do damage with every swing she takes.
There's a swing and a drive.
Come on, ball.
And that one is off the wall. So 1 out, nobody on. Cedric Coronado up now for the Mets. Line drive. She's got it. And that quickly 2 away.
Wow, she looked like she was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
Leon back to work. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone.
Looks like this hitter was looking out over the plate, but she was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
And first offering is fouled off. It's through for a hit. So a runner aboard now with 1 away.
Seems like she got exactly what she was looking for right there. She wasn't able to elevate it, but she put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get her into motion.
And next for Atlanta, Heather Smith. She blasted 1 out earlier in the 3rd.
Just a solo home run, but an important swing of the bat in this game. We've already seen her do it once. Can she do it again?
She's out. Over to second for 1. Throw pulls him off the bag, and she's safe. Smith was able to collect her 200th hit of the season.
And Boog, this is a more impressive achievement than a casual fan might think.